Turtle Rock Studios is well known for their 2015 game called Evolve. While the game had some cool ideas, it was handled pretty poorly and ended up being one of the most disappointing releases on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. However, back in the day, they were known as Valve South and developed the original Left 4 Dead before becoming an independent studio in 2011. Since that time, Left 4 Dead has been MIA, with Left 4 Dead 2 releasing in 2010 and leaving a void in the gaming industry ever since then. Back 4 Blood looks like a return to form for Turtle Rock, and after our time with the closed alpha, we are excited to say that this game may be the Left 4 Dead 3 we have been waiting for. Welcome to Pixel Street Videos, guys, where today we will be going down 5 reasons why Back 4 Blood is really Left 4 Dead 3. Number 1. Classic gameplay evolved. With Back 4 Blood, a lot of that classic Left 4 Dead gameplay has returned, only made more modern. For starters, players can sprint and aim down the sights on weapons, so Turtle Rock have made the formula more in line with what other first-person shooters should have. Besides that, the idea of the game is the same. 4 players work together to get past hordes of infected, both common and special, that will relentlessly attempt to take you down. There's no room for solo acts here. Teamwork is essential for success. There may be extra systems included this time around, like the card system, the weapons and attachments might have been changed up a bit, and the copper currency overall is just really different. But essentially, this is Left 4 Dead gameplay you remember from over a decade ago. Number 2. The Special Infected. While maybe not as iconic as Left 4 Dead's Special Infected, Back 4 Blood has their own batch of ferocious monstrosities that will be your downfall. First up is the Hawker, which spits phlegm and traps survivors in their spot, making them helpless until a teammate comes over and melees them free. The Wretch is essentially a combination of the Boomer and Spitter that vomits up acid that does damage over time and calls hordes onto your location. The Bruiser slams the ground with its giant fist and knocks you back, and finally the Ogre is just a giant monster that tanks all of your bullets. If you watched our analysis video, we guessed that Special Infected might have various forms for each one, but the closed alpha proved us wrong. Each one has one form dedicated to a singular idea, and they don't seem to change at all. Our early impressions with the Special Infected are alright, but we really hope that more are on the way in the future. As of this moment, only the Hawker can trap you, and the others are tough, but they appear too frequently to make any of them feel special. Don't get it wrong, these are the same Left 4 Dead Special Infected, just twisted and altered to be something different. You should definitely expect to see more in the future. Number 3. Cleaners. Back 4 Blood is making your character choice matter this time around. Each character has a perk exclusive to them without cards, and they all have their own starting secondary weapon, although they can be changed out at any time. Of course, they have their own distinct personalities as well, but we are super excited to see human characters mean something to the game. Francis, Zoe, Lewis, and Bill were all great characters, as were Ellis, Coach, Nick, and Rochelle, but they were essentially copies of each other. The characters in Back 4 Blood already feel more different than Left 4 Dead ever did. Our early favorites are Holly and Evangelo of the original 4, but Turtle Rock is promising 8 total cleaners to choose from at launch. We are excited to see what kind of variety the gameplay each character can bring. Number 4. The Game Director. In Left 4 Dead, the AI director was the biggest component introduced that no other game had really done at the time, and since has not been done a lot if at all. It made it so every time you played through a level, elements were changed up. Weapon and equipment locations, how many hordes you saw, and the general spawning of Special Infected were all handled by the AI director, but outside of that, not too much was different. With Back 4 Blood, the game director handles the same duties, but on an expanded set of features. At the start of each level, the game director plays corruption cards. In the alpha, this only affected if a level had fog, or if common infected were slow or running, and whether or not they were armored or not. We think as more Special Infected are introduced and more features shown, this list will expand. The more that the game director can change up each game, the better. This is the AI director evolution that Back 4 Blood needs and should rely on to keep the game's replayability high. Number 5. This world feels familiar. While not as prevalent as previous entries in this video, the Back 4 Blood world feels very Left 4 Dead-esque. Everywhere is devoid of non-infected life, and everything is trashed and covered in blood. This is nailed home perfectly in the safe rooms. Wall markings and messages call back to a staple in Left 4 Dead, and we even get to interact with a terrified survivor in one safe room. The apocalypse has hit hard, and the environment helps tell that story. Hopefully, when Back 4 Blood releases, we will see this even more. While there are still some ways to go before Back 4 Blood releases, the closed alpha left a very strong impression on us over the weekend. Did you play the alpha? Let us know what you thought of it in the comments below, and leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe to see any of our future content. Do you like hearing people talk about video games? Be sure to check out the Pixel Street podcast, which will be right there. Also, be sure to check out the Let's Play and analysis video on Back 4 Blood. As you might be able to tell, I'm a bit excited for it, and I'm just going to keep making content about it until Joel and Connor just tell me to stop. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.